So 3 years ago, I made a video as to why the 5G is better than the NBN. And having recently moved house, I had the same dilemma of do I go with NBN or do I go with 5G? And I ordered both. And then I straight away canceled the NBN and I'm sticking with the Telstra 5G now. And I want to tell you and show you guys why. So I've just connected my computer up. We are upstairs, the modem is set downstairs, and we're just going to do a quick speed test. So we're getting around 350, 370, 380 down, almost 400, 405, 406. So download speeds are really quite good, 420, and upload speed around 40 odd, maybe 50, around 45 megabits per second. We're going to hit 50, we just hit 50 there. So the upload and the download speeds are really quite good. What I'll show you in a second for the gaming is a bit of, the reason you wouldn't want to do it. The thing for me is that, yes, I understand that there could potentially be ping issues if you're gaming on 5G. And then there is this whole bit around the reliability of it. But what I can tell you is that I used Optus 5G for 3 years and only once did I have an outage when the entire Optus network went down. So that affected NBN as well as 5G. I've been living at mum's house for 10 months with NBN, and 3 times, 3 different days, have the NBN completely just cut down for hours. So really 3 years with 1 outage on 5G versus 3 outages in 10 months. In my opinion, I actually had a much better run with the Optus 5G than what I did with the NBN. The second thing is that when you look at the plans online, these do get you a theoretically better speed. I've been hotspotting in this house for maybe, a few months while we've been renovating. So I've been hotspotting off a 5G phone, off my iPhone 13, and honestly doing work calls and everything like that, it has been fine. It has honestly been fantastic for calls and screen sharing, all that sort of stuff. And the fact that it is just so easy to set up, to me, is a really big win. What I'm doing is I'm just unboxing it right now. There's very little in here. You get your modem, which we're going to take out of the plastic in a second. You get your power adapter, and really that's all you need to set up 5G in your home. You can plug this in and then you can move it around the house. I'm going to set up next to a window, or actually next to the TV for now. Then I'm going to find the best spot for this to give internet to my house. But it's so easy that it's not fixed into one spot. I can move it closer to the computer or the TV or whatever I want. So the versatility for me is really a big thing, and the simplicity of setting it up. They say for the best speeds, you don't want to hide it behind a TV, but for now we will. You can see it's hidden in there. Just going to plug this guy in. You can see that the status light is turned on, signals just kicked off, waiting for 5G and Wi-Fi, so that's all connected within a matter of seconds, maybe a minute. And then we also have our fridge magnet, which has our Wi-Fi password and our code, but the internet is ready to go in less than a minute. This is what everyone complains about. You can see here that for browsing quality, it's good. We've got some really good speeds here. For gaming, it says your quality is going to be poor. Streaming is average, and your video calls are poor. But having used 5G for so many years and having these sorts of indicators, I feel like these were a bit misleading because I always felt that it was more than accurate and more than fine for my light gaming, which is a bit of FIFA, and of course my video calls that I'm on quite a bit with Teams, but definitely try it out for yourself. Aside from how simple and easy it is to set up a 5G router, another reason I chose to go with 5G is I think value for money. So here are the plans from Telstra. For $85 a month, you get a terabyte of data, and on your average busy periods, you get 300 megabits per second down and 30 up. For a similar price plan on the NBN, you get a fraction of those typical speeds of 25 megs down and 4 up. If I wanted to get comparable typical speeds during a busy period, I wouldn't pay 85 or 95. I'd be paying $110 per month, and that's for the first 6 months. Then after that, it's $130 per month. So value for money, I actually see that NBN doesn't give you as good value for money as what the 5G does, because you pay a lot more for typical speeds in your peak periods. You also need, there's a lot more work that also needs to go into getting your home ready for NBN. So you can see here, I have a free NBN fiber upgrade, but what this requires me to do is log in, request the upgrade, and then have someone come out and install this in my home, in my premise. I don't believe it's always going to be a free NBN fiber upgrade, but there's a lot more effort required with the NBN to get the same typical speeds as a 5G router does. Does this mean that 5G is for everybody? No, it doesn't. I mean, if you're someone that cares about having the best ping and latency and all that sort of stuff, and gaming is super important for you, then I wouldn't recommend a 5G router if you're serious about that sort of stuff. But the cool thing is, with this 5G option that I've chosen, I can actually cancel this plan and return the modem and just move on to the NBN if I wanted to. This plan is not a lock-in plan, so if I realize that it's not right for me, I can simply cancel it, send back that modem, and then move over to the NBN if I wanted to. I might just add another drawback of using 5G is that you are sort of locked to the modem router they provide you, unless you want to create bridges and things like that with something like a Google Nest. This is a Wi-Fi 6 router, so if you wanted Wi-Fi 7, I don't believe there's any 5G options available yet. So that is, again, another drawback. But when you only have one option, it also does mean that the setup and the connectivity is a lot simpler. But if you do want to use any modem and router that you're after, you will, of course, need to use the NBN for that. So that is, I guess, a pro of using the NBN. So the fact that I've used 5G for the past 3 years and been really happy with it, and if I'm not happy with this, I can actually just pack it up, send it back to Telstra, and move to the NBN. To me, it's a no-brainer. It's a great way to get a really easy to set up and easy to use router. And if you're not happy with it, simply return it and move over to the NBN. Now, I'm running a speed test behind me, and you might realize that there are slower speeds than what they were before when I showed you on the computer. And this really is just because I'm wirelessly projecting my computer to the screen behind me, and that always creates a little bit of speed differences. It happened with Optus, it happened with Telstra. It's nothing to worry about, but I would love to know your thoughts on the 5G option. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.